with the great Nightengale. Bob, good to talk. Good to have you with us here again. They got a lot to do today. You had some thoughts on the big free agents. Let's start with Darvish. What's going on as far as the Dodgers and Yankees are concerned, moving some salary? Are we off that, or is he still waiting? It sounds like the Darvish holdup might be himself, seeing if L.A. can clear some payroll. What can you tell me about that first? Go ahead.
Yeah, he's waiting, Chris. A little bit like Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, Stanton didn't want to go to the Giants nor the Cardinals, so kept waiting and waiting. And sure enough, the Yankees jumped in and pretty much took what the Giants' offer was, and it worked out like a charm. Darvish is doing the same thing, seeing if someone will take Matt Kemp off their hands and eat a lot of money, which isn't going to happen, or the Yankees can move a Ellsbury or Gardner. And so at some point, he's going to have to make a decision here. He's got a bunch of 5-year offers out there. I would think he finally gives up here soon and picks a team.
Which team? The 5-year offers are from who? I'm going to assume Milwaukee, the Cubs, and maybe the Nationals and Minnesota. Where are the 5-year offers coming from?
Yeah, I would think the Cubs, Minnesota, Milwaukee, those three. And I would think the Cubs are still in the driver's seat just because it's Chicago. They've been to 3 straight NLCSs, won a World Series. I would think that's where he want to be if everything's pretty close to being equal.
That's to take an easy way out as far as I'm concerned. And Arrieta now, let's throw him into the mix. Does Milwaukee and Minnesota have contracts out to him? How about the other big pitcher here, Bobby? Where do you see Jake showing up?
I have not heard his name much at all. And a lot of teams are scared of Jake in the sense where if the Cubs aren't bringing him back, what do the Cubs know, that we don't know?
Good point.
So, Scott Boras has got a tremendous relationship with the Lerner family in Washington. So I would think that would be a natural fit. And, hey, Arrieta goes to Washington, and that's a star-studded rotation that's, capable finally, winning some playoff series and getting to World Series.
I think they need another pitcher. I think you're right. I think that makes perfect sense. All right, that's number 2. Let's do Hosmer. I hope San Diego. I saw your little paragraph here. You thought maybe that's where he ends up. Kansas City wants him. Nobody wants to go to that 8th year. Give me your thought on Hosmer right now. Where's the Royal first baseman show up here in spring training?
I just get the feeling that if it's going to go back to Kansas City, he would have done so already. I think San Diego is appealing to him in the sense where, hey, he already won a World Series in Kansas City, went to back-to-back World Series. How about trying to do something special in San Diego and being part of their first World Series championship ever? This team is closer to being a contender than Kansas City. So there's no reason they can't contend. But, maybe 2020, latter half of 2019, if things go right. I just think he'd be a perfect fit, hanging out the gas lamp district, bringing over some fans. I think you'd love it there.
I'm with you 1,000%. I hope that's where he shows up. But how about J.D. Martinez? I know he says he's going to – now he's annoyed at the Red Sox. We'll see. Because if they have the big offer out there, he'll forget about annoyance pretty quick when he shows up at that press conference. What's your theory about him? You have Boston here as the team still. Maybe Arizona still sort of in the periphery where you are. Give me thoughts on J.D. Martinez right now.
I still think it's the Boston Red Sox, and I think the Red Sox are being smart. They don't want to bid against themselves. I understand where J.D. Martinez was looking at, 7 years at $200 at the outset. That money's not going to be there. And he can say what he's worth all he wants, but unless you get offers, you got to take what supply and demand. Arizona's kind of hanging the periphery. I think that would be a fallback. I still think, Boston makes the most sense, and they sit back and he finally goes there. I mean, he can say, he doesn't want to go there or he doesn't want to, wait till he gets the right offer. But, hey, the game goes on without him. So I think eventually he goes to Boston.
All right. Now let's do the teams that we discussed a few minutes ago that instead of the players, Milwaukee, Minnesota. It sounds like nobody wants their money, which is not shocking, especially Minnesota. Without Santana for a while, you think they have to get a pitcher. You got a lot of guys still out there, Cobb and Holland and Lance Lynn, folks like that. What do you think any of those people end up at those 2 central teams in the American and the National League and they need pitching? Give me your thoughts on those 2.
I think definitely Milwaukee, Chris. I mean, they're already all in, by making the moves they did and, getting a Kane, a Yelich. You already spent that kind of money. You might as well keep going and getting that starting pitcher, or else the thing's a waste of time. They got to come up with a Darvish or, like you said, a Cobb, a Lance Lynn, and same with Minnesota. Hey, they were in the wild card last year. They sold some nice season tickets. Go ahead and make a move. I think they're going to kind of wait back. I think Milwaukee will be more aggressive in this, where they'll have a better chance of signing Darvish. If not Darvish, go get an Alex Cobb, who'll probably be the next best pitcher on the board.
Is this going to happen here in the next week or so? I mean, my guys here at the channel, at the staff, including Savino, thought that there would be signings on Monday. I said, Rich, they're not going to sign anybody the day after the Super Bowl. They want to get a little bang for their buck. When are we going to get somebody signed here so I have something to talk about at 1 o'clock every day? When is this going to happen?
I think they're going to take their sweet time, Chris. Remember years ago when Kyle Lowe signed with Milwaukee Brewers? That was March 27th. He made one spring training start. He was ready for the season. These guys have been working all winter. They're in great shape. So I could see guys signing by early March, but I still think they have another 3 weeks to play with. And you sign by early March, even mid-March, you still have enough time to get ready for the season.
You do. All right. The animosity, Bob, last thing. The animosity between players and teams. They're going to dissipate, going to linger. Everybody's annoyed because we all know about the barbs back and forth. And any long-lasting ramifications? What's your take on all that?
I think guys will come in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Remember last year we all thought that Mark Trumbo, the home run king, would get more money. He ended up getting $37 million from the Orioles. He was irritated, but it goes away. This has been going on for a couple of years now. And I think the free agent signing for less, they'll be annoyed about it. But, what are you going to do? And I also think it changes next year. That annoyance will dissipate in a hurry when you're going to see a Manny Machado and a Bryce Harper clear $400 million. It's just tough to get the money you want when the Yankees aren't in the free agent market and the Dodgers aren't in the free agent market.
That's an excellent point. And so far, the Red Sox and Giants haven't been really either. Good job there, Bob. We talk soon. Thanks so much here today.